Boston is a city that is known for its rich history, culture, and innovation, but Boston also has a dark past with ghosts, urban legends, and unusual occurrences, and that's what we're going to be exploring today. Because why not? This is what we do. How's it going, YouTube? I'm your host for this one, Landon Do Not Sing, and welcome back to another Most Amazing Top 10 video. You guys should check out our new tier list video right over here. It just came out. You guys gotta go check it out. Also, a new tier list video will be linked in the description down below. We have a lot of new guest hosts on that channel, a lot of special guest stars on the channel as well. It's been a whole lot of fun. Alright, so for now, let's travel over to Boston, where we're gonna uncover the top 10 scary Boston urban legends. And if you guys enjoy urban legends, we'll hook you guys up with the playlist right over here. You guys can click on that and continue watching urban legends videos. King's Chapel Burying Ground digs onto this list at number 10. Boston is full of cemeteries, but not all of them are peaceful places where the dead are laid to rest. The King's Chapel Burying Ground is where a lot of people were buried alive by accident. So now as a result, their ghosts haunt the cemeteries seeking vengeance for a life that they didn't fully live. According to the local urban legend, it is believed that some of these lost souls are looking for a human to use their body as a vessel. Well, that doesn't sound too appealing, does it? Well, you know what? Note to self, don't visit any graveyards while in Boston because you just never know. And why would I travel to a place and go to a graveyard anyways? I don't know. A demon who lives near the Boston Light terrorizes us in at number 9. The Boston Light is a lighthouse that is located on Little Brewster Island in the Boston Harbor, but according to the local legend, a demon called Homomach inhabits this island, wreaking havoc on people nearby. The rocks around the Boston Light are notorious for damaging ships and claiming lives, and that's why this lighthouse was built, so that it can warn sailors. But now it is believed that this lighthouse is terrorized by demons, and he will kill anyone who steps foot on this island. The first lighthouse keeper drowned after this boat capsized a few months after he started the job. The second keeper only lasted a few days before he drowned, and in 1851 the lighthouse keeper left this to assistants in charge. But while he was gone, an intense wind prevented him from returning to the post. So the next morning the building was gone. One of the assistants washed up on shore, and the other one was found dead in Nantucket. I guess Homomach struck again and claimed the lives of more innocent souls. Moving on to number 8, we have the Boston Tickler. I don't make this stuff up, people. Apparently there is a hooded man who has been breaking into male students' home at the Boston College so that he can tickle their feet in the middle of the night. I kid you not. But you know what? I can't think of anything more terrifying than this. People have said that he is a 5'8" male who dresses in dark clothing. He has been haunting the campus and he usually hits up to 3 rooms a night. He doesn't steal anything and he's usually gone by the time you wake up. But this might be more than just a legend. There are just so many of these reports that are making people wonder if this Boston Tickler is a real guy or just some elaborate prank. Either way, I would be so freaking terrified if I found a strange man in my room tickling my feet at night. I would literally never be the same ever again. Culp's Hill Burying Ground brings us to number 7. This is probably the scariest cemetery in Boston, and I'll tell you why. Back in the day, grave robbers and the vandals used to disrupt graves and dig up the dead. Torrential rain exposed coffin lids, gravestones were ripped out of the ground, and they were used as roof tiles. They were used for roof tiles, foundations, or for road improvement projects. It seems like the dead weren't able to rest in peace here. So now visitors who come to the cemetery, they'll be met by a lot of angry spirits who roam these grounds. Some say that you can see dead little girls, strange shadows, orbs, and you can also hear screams in the distance. If the spirits think that you're at a cemetery for ulterior motives, you will be punished and you just might not make it out alive. Coconut Grove shakes things up just like that in at number 6. This place has gone down in history as one of the deadliest nightclub fires. In November 1942, huge flames consumed the Coconut Grove Lounge, killing 492 people and injuring dozens more. Today all you'll see is a memorial plaque in its place, but according to the urban legend, fire victims are said to linger in this area. Apparently you could see shadowy figures in burnt clothing wandering around the area. That can't be good for nearby businesses. I would probably pee my pants if I saw one of these ghosts come towards me. It is also said that you can hear agonizing screams, and if you're extremely unlucky, You might even be able to smell human flesh burning. The spirit of Eugene O'Neill brings us to number 5. This building was originally constructed in 1923, but it was later converted into a residence hall by Boston University in 1954. But apparently the university got a lot more than they bargained for. Eugene O'Neill died in room 401. Today people say that his spirit likes to roam the halls, disturbing people by banging on doors and stopping the elevator. The temperature also fluctuates, but only on the floor that he died on, and at night you could feel a very cold presence when you walk by his old dorm room. So yeah, apparently this building can get pretty airy, but some students actually want to contact the spirit of Eugene O'Neill. I don't know why. They want to get some writing wisdom from him, I suppose, but I think I wouldn't want to conjure up a dead person's spirit, but that might be just me. I mean, I'm a guy that won't play Ouija board because it's not a game. Contacting the spirits is not cool. The Omni Parker House checks into this list at number 4. This hotel is said to be the most haunted hotel in Boston. It was originally built in 1855, and ever since then, there have been countless stories about ghosts who haunt this building. On the 10th floor annex, there are a ton of ghosts that haunt this area. Apparently there's one angry ghost who roams these halls, and sometimes you can see him at the foot of your bed. Hope it's not that guy trying to tickle your feet. Well, now let's head over to the 3rd floor. The first elevator is said to repeatedly arrive on the 3rd floor and open its doors, but no one is in it, and no one pushed the button. One guest died of pneumonia in her room on the 3rd floor, and it is said that she haunts the 3rd floor ever since. But the hotel's most notorious room is room 303. A liquor salesman killed himself in this room by mixing his whiskey with drugs. Now guests have reported smelling whiskey and hearing an evil laughter from the room. Sometimes guests have said that they've woken up with the taste of whiskey in their mouths. Because of all these complaints, room 303 was converted into a storage room. Oh, and it also is believed that Stephen King's short story 1408 is based on the haunting of room 303. The Nightmare Room takes us to number 3. The Cutler Majestic Theater has a very ominous reputation, with evil spirits lingering around its halls. There have been reports of moving chairs and unexplained power outages, but that's not what makes this urban legend so scary. This is one of Boston's oldest theaters, and it has a room inside that is known as the Nightmare Room. Well, let's just stop right there for a moment. The Nightmare Room? I mean, what the heck goes on in there? Well, it is said that if you enter this nightmare room, you will suffer from an intense feeling of claustrophobia and congestion. You might have a tough time breathing, where you might even pass out. I mean, why is this room still in existence? Let's seal this door forever, and let's not talk about it ever again. The Boston Net haunts us in at number 2. This is a tiny stretch of land that contains a fortified gate and a guardhouse where hangings occurred. It was governed by priests who enforced strict biblical principles, but now it is believed that the Boston Neck is haunted by spirits who are seeking vengeance. Scared? Well, I know I am. Well, there's an infamous elm tree where the public gathered to watch prisoners be executed. The angry souls are now believed to haunt this area, and lots of people report seeing 2 women dressed in early 19th century clothes looking to claim the lives of their next victim. So that is why so many people were convicted of heresy and sent to the gallows to die. Puckwudgies top this list in at number 1. Don't be fooled by the name. According to the urban legend, these creatures are known to be extremely dangerous. These are magical creatures who live inside of wooded areas and swamps. They can appear and disappear, confuse humans, create fire, shoot poison arrows, use magic, and trick people into dying. They can even shapeshift into dangerous animals, and they can also turn themselves into a combination of creatures and look like half human or half animal if they want to. If you ever see one of these things, you're supposed to leave them alone. I don't know why you would approach them. Anyone who annoys one will be followed by this creature, and they're gonna either get seriously injured or even worse, death. Well, there you guys have it. I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys all in the next most amazing top 10 video. I'll see you guys there.